I don't think he even told Mum until the last minute. He'd kind of got the visa, got the air tickets and then said, come on, pack up, let's go.
As a Palestinian-born actor in Australia, you can find yourself cast in bit parts like a taxi driver, an extremist, or a crime kingpin in Underbelly. But his latest part as Ishmael in SBS's Safe Harbour is no mere stereotype. It's complex, gripping Aussie TV.
We go to Australia. You take us.
Whether on screen or on stage, this guy has a presence that's hard to miss. He's Hazem Shammas. Can you remember the first time you ever did any sort of performance? When did acting actually start for you?
My first ever gig was, I reckon, I'd like to say kindergarten, where I played the little drummer boy. And I remember standing in the church aisle, just waiting for my moment to come up and deliver the drum. And I was like, hang on, I've got some ideas about this. I know how to do this.
Tell us a little bit about your parents and where they were born.
My parents and I and my older sister were born in a little Palestinian Arabic town in the north of Israel called Fasuta. So we came out in the mid-70s on the back of Whitlam's good grace, opening up the doors for people like us and families like us.
When your dad decided to come to Australia, I hear it's a bit of a crazy story. What was that like?
There's a certain madness, I guess, to kind of want to leave everything you know behind and then go somewhere else. I don't think he even told Mum until the last minute. He'd kind of got the visa, got the air tickets and then said, come on, pack up, let's go. That might not be like, the most true version of the story, but I feel like I've heard that along the way somewhere.
Do you see yourself in him, in your dad at all?
Yeah, for sure. He passed away in 2004. He was young, it was a shock to the family, especially when I started to pursue this as a career, acting and going against his advices and testing his fears for his son. Ever since then, I kind of started seeing myself more and more in him in terms of his restlessness and him following, his dream and his passion. And he was astounding in what he was capable of doing. He came out here with nothing in the classic tale and then he literally built, this life.
The sun could be in there.
You need to stay calm at this point, Mr.
Who are you to tell me how to behave? You have no morals, no self-respect.
What was their reaction when you said, this is what I want to do with my life?
They just really encouraged us to do anything, to do whatever we wanted, as long as there was some smarts behind it. I think it was part of the deal I made along the way. I kind of said, look, I'll get this degree and I'll get a real career out of the way and then I'll go do what I want.
So you've worked in theatre, TV, film. I want to hear about some of the roles that you played in Australian television in particular. In
television, I've mostly played drug dealers, taxi drivers, refugees. I'm trying to think what else. That's pretty much it. That's the repertoire.
If no competition, we sell 1,000 caps a night.
The game changer will be when they start casting guys like me with strange names to play, the Ryans of Australian families who don't have to explain their kind of brownness. Safe Harbour's probably really changing and shifting the kind of stories we're telling.
How did you feel when you first read through the script and realised who your character was?
The script was so tight and so amazing. I was heartbroken and gripped and quite devastated to see what these people are capable of doing.
Go to fucking hell and burn there!
The depth of the humanity and the complexities of each and every one, the way right and wrong is blurred, the contradictions are real and the surprises are real and the love is complex.
Because on the surface, this character that you do play is similar to other characters that you've played before. He's a refugee.
Well, sure, on the surface
he's a taxi driver,
he's a refugee.
But it's different.
Yeah, but first and foremost, he's an Australian, whether it be a new Australian or not, and he's a father and a husband and a man, and he grapples with his masculinity and grapples with his grief. And that's what's exciting, to see that on Australian television.
My daughter is dead. Who suffered the most here?
Even in the trailer, there were comments online saying, this is propaganda, I don't want to watch this.
The people who have made their minds up about that kind of stuff, it doesn't matter. They can go watch, My Kitchen Rules or whatever and then, carry on with their existence. I don't think it's about changing minds. It's actually just about exploring, who we are as Australians through fiction.
Quite a lot of the series is actually filmed on the water. What is that like physically, actually being in that environment and filming on a boat?
They deliberately made our fishing boat and our refugee boat the most horrible, uncomfortable place to spend a few days. A kind of makeshift, diesel stinking, not a place to sit piece of crap on that just barely float.
Did you know it was going to be that real, that they were going to recreate
I didn't expect it to be that uncomfortable, and I didn't think they'd forget that there was no toilet on board and maybe the basics of water and some light refreshments might be on hand.
There's an ongoing HR complaint right now.
Yeah, totally. We didn't have to act. We didn't pretend,
Come. Boat is dead. Boat is dead.
How did you feel about those kind of national labels coming into your teens or as a young man? Did you call yourself an Australian? Did you call yourself Palestinian?
I've always been Palestinian, I've always been Australian. I've never really had a doubt. But to be honest, it kind of feels like it's only in the last maybe 10 or so years where it feels like I've had to defend that more than I remember growing up.
You've just had a son. Do you think that you're going to raise him in a better Australia than the one that your parents found when they first got here?
Yeah, without a doubt. I have nothing but kind of hope and optimism for us, and especially that generation.
Would you want him to get into acting?
Nah, of course not. He's got to get a proper profession first. He's got to get something to fall back on. Did I learn nothing from my dad? But he'll probably end up an accountant or a builder. Build a good profession.
If you have a say.
Of course, a real estate agent, good profession. Accountant, good profession. What else can he do? Yeah, actor, rubbish.
Awesome, mate. Thanks so much for giving me your time today.
That's great. Heavy chat. But thank you.
Thank you.
It was good. It was kind of like, it was lovely to share.